Paige Tornow spoke to worshipers at the 10 a.m. service on September 8th.
Hello, everyone. Can everyone hear me? Happy Homecoming Sunday. I'm supposed to speak on stewardship today, and I think everyone thinks that it's very important to give back to the church and the community, but it's kind of hard, and I'm sure that most of us don't do it in quite the way that Father Ron was talking about. And also, it's like, when I get up here and say that I'm going to talk on stewardship, most people are like, oh, great, we get to be lectured again. But it's understanding that we have crazy, busy lives that are filled with turmoil sometimes, and it's easy to say, for me to say, hey, I'm the one that needs to be helped sometimes. And other times, I just feel so obligated to help, and there's so many ways to help, and there's so many people that need love in the world that it's really hard to be generous in all of those places. But I've realized that generosity works in pretty mysterious ways. And I would absolutely say that the time that I've spent volunteering has been some of the most Christ-filled and enriching moments of my life. And I am only 16, but I got a long ways to go with that, but still I've had some enriching moments. I've been volunteering at New Beginnings for about 2 years now, which is the middle school retreat where kids go for a weekend, and it's kind of like a Christ-filled weekend for them to get away from it all. And every time I go, it's always an eye-opening experience. And Eric Travis, the missioner for the youth of the Episcopal Diocese of Michigan, I think he is, he always likes to tell this story of the kid who comes to New Beginnings with his baseball cap on and his arms crossed, and then every day that they're there, the hat rises slowly off their head and their arms start to come unfolded, and on the last day, their hat is completely off and they're completely into the conversation and they're in with the group. And kids really do open up at those events, and going to those events doesn't just have the purpose of helping the kids, which is the main goal, but also it's something deeper that you get when you're volunteering there, that you see these kids becoming new people in their relationships with Christ. And in giving yourself to the kids and their well-being and bringing all that you have to just give it away, in those places that you've given so many things away, Christ fills those holes with something completely new. And sometimes it's things that you would never expect in your relationship with Christ, but what you're doing when you're giving so many things away is it's strengthening your faith so much more. And everyone in the group at New Beginnings, we have these little family groups, and everyone in the group, if you give all that you have, you receive so much, and you receive from the kids and you receive from the Lord. And it's very similar to the Dominican Republic trip that a lot of the youth went on, which we've already talked about, so I won't bore you too much with extra information. But at the end of the trip, a lot of the youth from our church brought extra clothes to give to the kids who helped us with the building of the church. And Meredith and Ethan, 2 kids that were on the group, bought huge duffel bags of clothes. But even though we had all of those clothes to give, everyone in the group gave something that they have to the group of kids that helped us with the building, because we became like a little family. And we were so close that we just wanted to give it all away. And just like with the New Beginnings kids, we were giving everything that we had, and Christ was filling up the spaces that were left with the things that we were giving away. I believe that stewardship is probably the most important thing that you can do to be close to Jesus Christ. And whether you're going out and volunteering or fundraising or donating money that you may have that other people may not have, you're building your faith. And God has given us so much, and sometimes we don't even realize all the stuff that He does for us, but it's nice to slow down and think, wow, I have so much. What can I give to other people who don't have what I have? So be a person that gives without limits and without conditions, because people who give all that they have are the people who receive more than anyone else. And as Father Ron said to me when we were discussing this stewardship talk, he said, it's like saying, I love you too, to God for everything that He gives to you when you give to other people. And so, just as a reminder, we have our lovely Founders Day brunch coming up. So I hope that everyone can make it and give a little bit of yourself in the brunch, whether it's saying hello to newcomers or hanging out with people that you know from the church. And I think there's cards in the pew racks if you really want to come, so yeehaw.